Yes, indeed.
Quick bit of backstory on this poem. So I really like how Haley spoke about the mental illness thing, and this is something that I've been too chicken shit to speak about myself personally, but I am a sufferer of depression, and here recently, the poem that I'm getting ready to do, I wrote this kind of as a calling out, like my inner self speaking to my outer self, because as opposed to just moping around and being sad, I kind of took the self-destructive path of dealing with what was going on. Woo! So, yeah, this poem doesn't have a title right now. Turns out for what? Because it's Wednesday. And the sun is still up. Because your sun is still up. Because you don't know how you know that. Because you don't know half the names added to your contacts. Because your skin is not a contact sport. Because your skin was never a sport at all. Because you're tired of running the place on the fast track. Because even that has put a crack in your thighs. Because your thighs were never meant to teach dead tongues. Because your hips switched like a stuttering sorry, and you swore your body would never become an apology. Because, woo! It's not an emotion or state of being. Turned down for what? Because your reflection. Because you're a reflection of divine light. Because your light has been dimmed. Because you are not dim. Because twerking in darkness is not the same thing as shining. Because you used to know that. Because sexy is not a compliment. Because sex isn't either. Because rolling up the partition is not a rite of passage. Turned down for what? Because you're really shy. Because no one around you actually knows that. Because a picture is worth 1,000 words, and in the morning you won't want any of them to be viral. Because the only reason you want to be center of attention is because you're off balance. Because you're off balance. Because you can't walk the straight line of sanity or sobriety anymore. Because you're really sober anymore. Because it takes way too much to get you drunk. Because even when you're not drunk, you wake up with your antics hung over your head. Because hangovers aren't just movies that went over your head. Because you've gotten lost in your head while trying to find your heart. Because your heart. Because love. Because self-love ain't selfish, it's paramount. Because you have to love yourself or nobody else will. Because love isn't a club drug. Because ecstasy isn't something that you can swallow. Because love is more than the ability to swallow. Because nobody has to disrespect you if you don't first respect yourself. Because insanity is doing the same thing and hoping that this time things will be different. Because you're tired of things not being different. Because you are different. Because you used to know that. Because your reflections shine on Wednesday nights. Because it used to be you and your son at Bible study. Because the only time the Bible sees your face now is if you're looking your nose down at it. Because nothing was supposed to separate you from the love of Jesus. Because you haven't felt him in months. Because why is he letting this happen to you? Because how long are you supposed to wait before you state, God damn it? Because test of faith ain't for the faint of heart anyway. Because you don't know half of the spirits and principalities you are warring against. Because you are not made of flesh and blood alone. Because you used to know that. Because you switched to only being sorry when it was hipped instead of actually being repentant. Because you already know you're going to do it again. Because your life is the insincere apology that you said you would never let it become. Because you can't stomach kissing death with your tongue. Because you have spoken death with your tongue. Because your light has been dimmed, but you are not dim. Because you are a reflection of divine light. Because there is a light in the darkness. Because you are that light in the darkness. Because you used to know that. Because deep down inside, you still do. Woo!